Hi everybody. So, what are the two most important ages in your life? The two most important age range in any individual's life. The first one is between 27 and 30, 28, 30, I say. The second one is between 57 and 60. If you notice, a lot of things happen between 28 and 30 and between 57 to 60. When it's in the 57 to 60 range, we call it midlife crisis. We call it midlife crisis. Marriages end, long-term marriages end. The men decide to leave their wives and move to a different, just a different lifestyle. They will do a flip overnight. They change. Okay, it happens at a slower pace between 28 and 30. If you notice, most people start thinking about what am I doing in my life? What is oh shit? This thing was bad in me. Most people start to think of what am I doing in my life? Where's my life going? Where is this relationship going? Why did I marry this person? Once they hit that age of 29, 30, they start evaluating their lives. They start looking at their life like, what is my life about? Where am I going in my life? What is going on? Now, it's not everybody that does this. It's not everybody that does this. But the people that do it at this age will not suffer when they hit 57, 58, 59, 60. The people that will suffer at that age is people that didn't do the work in between 28 and 30. What happens? Saturn returns. Saturn is the planet of karma. Is the grandfather. Is the timekeeper. Is the one that keeps up with you, keeps up with what you're doing in your life, keeps up with you, right? So from when you were born to like 26, 27, right? Life does not place any demand on you. Life does not place any expectations on you. You are allowed to simply collect data. You are allowed to simply collect data. You are allowed to simply flow through life without any demand. You don't feel that need to do anything with your life, except you have a strong Saturn in your chart, like you're born with the sun in Aquarius, sun in Scorpio, no, not Scorpio, sun in what is that? Sun in Capricorn. I'm sorry, my eye, something in my eye. Sun in Capricorn, or you have a Capricorn rising. You are born with the feeling of responsibility, anyways. But what I'm talking about here is feeling of what am I doing with my life? Where am I going? What is my life about? Why am I in this relationship? What? That question comes once you hit 30. That's why 30 is such an important age. Saturn will return between 27 and 30. And when Saturn returns, Saturn will be like, okay, let's get going. Let's start. We came into this life for a reason. Let's start working on it. No more fooling around. No more playing. No more. The things that used to be fun for you will not be fun anymore. The people that you used to hang with, you won't hang with them anymore. Because all of a sudden, there's this change in your psyche. There's this change in your energy. There's this change in your growth that forces you to start taking a serious look at your life. Saturn has returned. Okay? And so, most marriages also end up at this time. Marriages that weren't supposed to happen in the first place, they also end up at this time. If you have a strong Saturn in your chart, like I said, Aquarius, Capricorn, and your marriage will probably break up at that time. A lot of marriages break up between 27 and 28 and 30. Marriages that were entered into in the early 20s, they will end because Saturn has returned. Saturn is saying, okay, shed all the excess weight, shed all the excess baggage, leave all this shit. You came into this life for a reason. Let's get on with it. All of a sudden, everything starts to like amp up for you. All of a sudden, you're doing all this. You start looking at yourself, and you start recognizing your self-esteem issues. You start doing all these healing issues. All of that is because Saturn has returned. Okay? So that is why if you have a strong Saturn in your chart, it's always better not to get married before 32. Because it's going to end anyway if that person was the wrong person. If the person was the wrong person, it's going to end. And your life is going to depend on the kind of data you gathered in your 20s and in your teens, it's going to affect how prepared you are to handle a sudden return at 27, 20, and 30. If you did not gather enough data, or if the data you gathered was dysfunctional data, in the sense of you learned that you were not good enough, you had low self-esteem, and then you abused, and you spent your teens fucking everybody, and you spent your teens and your young adult, your 20s doing shit. When you hit 30, there is nothing that you have that you can use. You have not collected any valuable data. You didn't go to college, you didn't finish college, you had kids, you were just playing, and now 30, and suddenly saying, okay, get on with it, and you have no valuable data. Same thing happens when you hit 57. You see all these men and all these women that are playing with their lives, and and they're fooling around, and they're just working their regular job, doing their regular thing until sudden returns at 57. All of a sudden, this life they were living before, fuck it, I'm done with this shit. All of a sudden, out of the blues, they tell their wives, I'm done with you. It's over. And the wife don't know what hit them. Because men cannot handle the emotional pressure of it. So the first thing they're going to do is to remove themselves from where they're at. They will take themselves out and go, and create a whole new life that will be more in line with how they feel. If they feel like the family constrained them too much, they will break the shackle of the family. They'll be like, fuck everybody. Go get them Harley Davidson, and just, the wife is looking at them like this, like, the woman is not doing it the way the man is doing it, because the woman has the ability to handle the emotional pressure. The same thing that's happening to the man is happening to her too. But she's pushing all that aside because she's not thinking for herself. She's thinking, oh, we were married for 57 years, and so we have grandchildren, and so this and that and the other. She's not thinking for herself the way the man will. But if a woman is in her 30s, she's able to do for herself what she's not going to be able to do for herself when is in her 50s. She's able to just break the chain and walk. She's able to do anything she wants, because she still feels like age is on her side. She still feels like youth is on her side. She still feels like beauty is on her side. She's able to divorce a man because she feels like, I'm going to be able to get somebody else. She's able to do certain things that she will not be able to do when she's older. Does this make sense? So, but ultimately, Saturn is going to return. And when Saturn returns when you turn 30, he is going to ask you to get your life in order. And if you don't get your life in order with that energy that will happen between 27 and 30, 31, once you hit 57 and 60, it's going to come back again, but this time you're going to feel it worse, because you're going to feel like your life has been useless, you're going to get depressed, and a lot of people die too at that age. A lot of people die between 57 and 60. A lot. When you look at they have this, the 27 club and the 57 club. Because that's when a lot of people die, because Saturn returns and they realize, shit, my life has been useless. Oh my God, the weight of responsibility on them is just earth-shattering, and they cannot handle it. And so they check out. So this is important. If you're between 27 and 30 and you're going through all of this, that is why your Saturn has returned. Use this energy, use it to better yourself, so that when it returns again between 57 and 60, it will come with reward rather than punishment. Because if it returns between 57 and 60 and you haven't done any work, you're not going to be a happy camper at all. Just saying.